What's up, everybody? It's your boy Two Phones back again with another informative video. Now this video is, and I really can't believe it, it's 1 week later with the Moto G7 POWER. Now I've been talking about this phone all week, and like I said, it's been a whole freaking week with this device, and I've only charged it up one full time from 0 to 100%, and that was on Monday. Now when I first got it, it was at like 70 some percent, and my first time it was a failure because for some fact I kept turning it on, turning it off, updating it, inserting SIM cards and stuff like that. So day one was a freaking failure because like I said, I was swapping in and out SIM cards. No, I should have just stuck with one SIM card, but the SIM card I do have in this device is the Mint Mobile, which you know, you can get three months of free service with 8 gigs of LTE data and 2G and whatever, like unlimited talking text, whatever. As long as T-Mobile is great in your area, you got good coverage, download speeds are good, upload speeds are good. I say sign up to Mint Mobile, but if you want something cheaper month to month, get US Mobile. All right. There's nobody with free service on T-Mobile right now other than Mint Mobile, but it is what it is. That's besides the point. Now, the Moto G7 POWER is what the name explains. It's all about the battery life. It's all about performance. It's all about how snappy this device is. And finally, Motorola did something right with the G series. They left the Snapdragon 200. They left the Snapdragon 400 alone. They stuck with the Snapdragon 600, which, you know, was, to be honest, was GOAT. Snapdragon 600 was GOAT on the Moto G5 Plus. I still have the Moto G5 Plus with Snapdragon 625. That phone, that processor still runs like a freaking beast. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, that phone only had 3,000 milliamps of battery, but it had 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs onboard storage, micro SD card slot. The cameras were decent, you know what I mean? So they kind of took a step back with the G7 series and was like, you know, we messed up on G6. We messed up. We got 400 series, and of course I'm gonna talk to you guys about the E5 Plus. But wow, wait till you see the screen on time. Whew. 2%. I'm at 2% right now. 2%. 2%. It's supposed to last me for another 2, maybe an hour and a half. And my screen on time is almost on point when I first started using it, with almost, well, over 11.5 hours of screen on time in the past 4 days. Now I couldn't make it to the 5th day. I know I put it on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I'm doing a 5-day challenge with the Moto G7 POWER. I understand that. But whew, this hasn't been on the charger since Monday. Since Monday. It has not been on the charger since Monday. And I already know all you all going to be like, well, you got more than 2 phones. You got more than 1 phone. You was using another phone. That may be some truth to that, but then that maybe it was quick comparisons. Once again, like I said, I had the Moto E5 Plus. It's at 9%, and the screen on time isn't compared to what I'm getting on the G7 POWER. So therefore, it's got to be the processor. And not only that, it's on Android 9 Pie, which is a major difference in all the types of features and functionalities, all the different settings you get in this phone, including the Moto Actions. Now, I do like the Moto Actions that's set in the Moto G7 POWER. I believe for those actions, Motorola did it right. Now, a lot of people, you know, give it crap with the Motorola logo in front. You probably can't see it, but there's a Motorola logo in front. Well, you know what? I'm kind of glad they did that, for the simple fact you can differentiate which device is which. Like some devices, depending on where you're coming from, whether it's an iPhone, a Samsung phone, you know, you are like, oh, that's a Samsung phone. Wrong. It's a Motorola phone. You know why? That's the Motorola logo at the bottom. That's why. Or the Motorola emblem in the back for your fingerprint. That's why. So for people that's hating and trolling Motorola, you could have put a speaker down at the bottom. Now I would have to agree with that. They could have had dual speakers, but the single speaker up front isn't that bad. And to be honest, I think it's actually louder than the Moto E5 Plus. Now I added like sound effect, special effect applications to the Moto E5 Plus to try to differentiate whether or not the sound quality was louder or not, or grainy, or whatever you want to call it. But it's definitely louder. It's definitely louder without any sound effects or anything like that. Still keeps the headphone jack. Well, I don't like the placement of the headphone jack at top. I wish they would have done it at the bottom. All this space down here, they could have put a speaker grill. I agree. They could have put a speaker grill. They could have put the headphone jack. But we only got the mic, and we only got the USB-C charging port. So that is a downside. That's a downside. That's a con. That's a con to it. Now the cameras are what to be expected. You're paying $200 for the Moto G7 Power at Best Buy, or $250 fully unlocked without signing up to a carrier contract or postpaid plan or whatever. So thinking about that, and it has all the T-Mobile bands once again. It's hard to find a device that's fully unlocked with all the T-Mobile bands that's roughly under $300 outright, without going to paying month to month on the phone. Like, I don't understand why people are doing it. I don't understand why people are paying month to month on the phone when you could get the Moto G7 Power with a big battery, big screen, decent display. You can barely see, like, I almost didn't think I was on a 720p display, but it just works. And Face ID, this has pure Face ID. I just unlocked the phone just by looking at it without touching any buttons. I mean, yeah, I touched the power button, but at the same time, that's besides the point. 1 week later, man, I am still impressed. I have over 100 apps on this device. I played games, I took pictures, showed them on my Instagram, showed them on my Twitter. I shot video clips, front-facing, decent cameras for video, decent front-facing camera for video. There's no flash, of course, on the front, but you do got flash on the back. You still get the karate chops and stuff like that, the flick of the wrist to open up the camera and things in that sort. But the overall experience is, once again, the key word is power. If you're looking for power, you gotta get the Moto G7 Power. I say forget the E5 Plus because it's technically locked down to either T-Mobile or Sprint. But I've popped in several SIM cards and I did get some kind of signal, but not all of them did work the way they should. And of course, you might have to, contact the carriers in questioning, because this is still fairly a brand new device to the market, to the U.S. market, not Australia, Europe, or Mexico, or Brazil, somewhere like that, but definitely to the U.S. market. And yes, Motorola does have to do a better job when it comes to quote-unquote pitching the unlock market. They have to, let the carriers know our phone does work with your network, so stop blocking it or whatever like that. But for people on T-Mobile that don't have band 66 or band 71, I still would recommend you all testing out the Moto G7 Power. It's probably even better than T-Mobile's own phone that they, partner with, whoever they partner with, Alcatel or whoever. But at the same time, and I must say, I'm so used to the notch now. I'm so used to the notch that I'm putting wallpapers that show the notch. I mean, it gets in the way at times, but then it doesn't. And I just like some features, like the whole drag down and drag up on the fingerprint, that I can use the fingerprint to move the navigation status bar. So here we are. We're talking about Motorola again. Hopefully updates do come better now. But I think if this was on Android 1, this would be more superior. Like that Motorola 1 phone that everybody dissing because it's still on Snapdragon 625. Once again, if you never had a Snapdragon 600 phone series, that the Snapdragon 20 and up. Now, I'm not talking about Snapdragon 600, but Snapdragon 625 plus. You will not have any issues with a phone like this. I mean, the 720p is to save on battery. You gotta respect that. And once again, a lot of you all are not paying attention to your resolutions on your viewing of videos on Netflix and YouTube, things of that sort. Half of you all don't even recognize that you're still watching videos in 480p because you're fine with that. You're okay with that. But if you want to get the full potential out of your smartphones, I suggest you take off that DVD quality and boost up the resolution to the highest point. That way you know if it's worth it or not using that device. Oh, okay, I've got 2K, or I got 4K viewing, or I got 720, or I got 1080. This is how you know you're getting the usage out of your data. So if you're not caring about that, then you need to pay attention to how much money you're spending month to month on phone plans, as well as what type of phone you have. You have $1,000 phone, but you're okay watching resolution on 480p. Then you should have just picked up a Moto G7 series smartphone, or a cheap LG or cheap Samsung. You don't need $1,000 phone to tell you that. Simple as that. But I truly believe on a average use, on a basic use, this phone could last a whole week. If you got TV, if you got smart TVs, you got computers and things and that sort like that. You don't always want to be stuck to like just a phone all the time doing work or whatever like that. For texting, calling, messaging, emailing, fast emails, fast replies, taking a little bit, viewing clips on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, and maybe watching 30 minutes or less on Netflix or whatever you're using. This should last you a whole week off of one full charge from 0 to 100% using the Snapdragon 632. The gestures on the Motorola G7 just series period, I think are the closest to iPhone. A lot of people have said it. You can go back to my comments. A lot of people have said it. They have the closest gestures for one nav bar button movement closest to the iPhone. And you could say Motorola took a note out of Apple's playbook. You could say that. They always been rivals. But at the same time, this is a phone to be reckoned with. When I mean by that, like the processor, the battery life, the usage, it's a phone to be reckoned with. I'm still at 2% right now. And I've gotten almost close to 12 hours in almost 4.5 days. Now we are on day 4. I'm not gonna make it to 5. But later today, we're gonna put it back on the charger and we're gonna start this whole thing over again. We're gonna do another week challenge. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Why wouldn't you pick up the Moto G7 Power? Is it because of, that's not the best cameras in the world, not the best processor in the world, doesn't have enough RAM for you in the world, doesn't have enough internal memory for you in the world? Let's just talk to the average consumers. How about that? Moto G7 Power. Something to think about. It's the power in your hands. There's 2 phones. I'm out.